Hi, my name is Kevin and I'm from the Health Promotion Office. Thanks for joining me. For any event that happens in our lives, we filter it at the cognitive level. This is where we try to make some sense of it through interpretation or judgment. Essentially what we do is tell ourselves a story. If the story is a positive one, we manage our stress effectively. If the story is a negative one, we don't manage our stress very well at all. So I have two stories, both true stories, about the stories people told themselves. First story. One morning in 1888, a man wakes up and goes outside to retrieve his newspaper. He sits down in his favorite chair and begins to read the paper. He quickly turns to the obituary section. The man's brother has just died and he wants to read what was said about him. He is struck by the large headline, "The Merchant of Death is dead." He continues reading. The article tells of a merchant who became rich by finding ways to kill more people faster than ever before. The man finishes reading the obituary, closes the newspaper, and sits in shock. He's speechless. He doesn't move. The obituary is supposed to be about his brother, but it was mistakenly written about him, and he is alive, not dead, and reading his own obituary. Well, this man certainly doesn't want to be remembered as the merchant of death. He decides to take his fortune and uses it to establish awards for accomplishments in various fields that benefit humanity. These awards are eventually granted to people such as Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The person who established these awards, Dr. Alfred Nobel. He is remembered today for the Nobel Peace Prizes, not his explosive inventions. Though Dr. Nobel was initially perceived negatively, he was able to completely change the perception people had of him and ensure he was remembered in a positive light. Second story. My son was playing competitive hockey and had a game that was a few hours away. My dad decided to come along for the drive. So he left his car in my driveway, jumped in with me, and we were off. Well, we had only gotten a few clicks down the road when I got a call from my wife. "Kevin, you've got to come home. I just ran into your dad's car." I couldn't believe it. What was she thinking? What was she doing? I didn't have time for this. Sure enough, when I got home, the damage was extensive. The scratch/bash to my dad's car started at the front and basically extended right to the rear. Now, if you know anything about body repair, it's based on the number of panels, and this dinger hit quite a few of them. That was my dad's car. Then there was the damage to the van. It wasn't looking good. This was going to be quite the insurance claim. I thought to myself, did you not see the car in the driveway? Did you not look in the rearview mirror? What about the side mirror? What about the backup camera? Did you not notice the bang when you hit the car? Why did it take you 3 panels to notice you ran into it? Well, needless to say, I was very angry and made a few hurtful comments about her driving ability and her intellectual functioning. I was definitely not managing my stress. Well, my dad comes over, looks briefly at the car, and comments, "Everybody's okay. Nobody got hurt. The car will get fixed. We got a game to go to. Let's go." His perspective, the story he told himself, allowed him to manage his stress. Meanwhile, I was like a stick of dynamite ready to explode because the stories I told myself weren't conducive to stress management. So there you have it. By perceiving things in a positive way, in other words, telling yourself a good story, you will go a long way towards effectively managing your stress. It may not always be easy, but it's better than the alternative, that stick of dynamite that's ready to blow. All the best with your storytelling. Take care.